So you may have spent that break digesting the 23. Sue spent it warming up to give you her 11. Muscles have been flexed, hamstrings have been pulled. Who's your 11 for that starting match against France? And bear in mind, we know Sarina Wiegman likes to stick with her team throughout, so this could be pretty consistent throughout.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You've got to try and start with your best 11, if you like. So I think going through it, I think Hampton is obviously the number one choice. I think that's quite evident when you look at the other two goalkeepers with the lack of experience that they've got.
You've gone back 4?
Yeah, I've gone back 4. And again, I think we saw in the World Cup that Sarina can mix it up. She can play 3 at the back if she needs to. And I think the players have got the ability to do that if you need to switch. But yeah, I think it's a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, however you want to look at it. I think having Keira Walsh there, you look back at the Euros, Keira Walsh is one of the standout performers. But I think teams have latched onto that and know how key she is, that England want to build through her. So I think you always need somebody alongside her. I think, obviously, Georgia Stanway's had that injury, so the concern there would be, has she got enough minutes in her legs? But I think, hopefully, she has.
Got the Jamaica friendly to come. She's been building up to that.
Yeah, and I think Grace Clinton has stepped in and done a brilliant job. But for me, she's more of a number 10. So I thought Grace Clinton in there. Georgia Stanway is your energy, but alongside Walsh. So if they need to play the ball out, if Walsh is marked, Stanway's then your option. Also cover defensively if they do lose the ball in there.
She was questioned about whether her midfield options were a bit light, but as you pointed out, Williamson can come in there too.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I think you look at other players can play in those positions. So yes, she's only named 5, but there's other players defensively that can step into those midfield areas. My concern is probably left back, and I think that was because if Millie Bright had been there, I probably would have chose her as my centre-half and Alex Greenwood as left-back. I like a left-footed left-back.
That's always been a problem, though, for Sarina Wiegman since she came in,
It has, yeah. And I went with Carter in the first game because I feel it's a tough game against France, very good attacking players. So I think a very good 1v1 defender. We know she never lets anybody down. So I think to have her in there, I think Niamh Charles, maybe in a game where England are more dominant, they can go into the 3 if you need, and she can push really high and be more of an attacking fullback, if you like. So, again, she's got options if she needs to change it depending on the game and the situation. And then I've looked at that as my starting 11, but then I've got impacts off the bench. So the likes of Lauren James, who can come on and make a difference.
You weren't tempted to start her, given that Sarina Wiegman in a press conference said she's not a risk, she's where we wanted her to be?
Yeah. I just think match fitness is different. So I think if you're training and you're at the levels that you need to be at training, that's brilliant. And she's clearly at the place that Sarina and the medical team wanted to be to include her into the squad. I just think you need game time. I think you need sharpness. So she's my impact from the bench. Maybe that'll change as the tournament goes on. But I think that's something where if you want her in the number 10, in the 9, out wide, she can play in all of those different positions, but she could come on and win the game for you. Same with Ella Toone, same with Jess Parker. There's a lot of players now on that bench that...
Aggie Beaver-Jones, Golden Boot winner.
Of course, yeah. And there is, and that was the other thing that I liked what Sarina said when she said we've got a different profile of player in attacking lineup. Because I think that's, when you look at our team, you go through the goalkeepers, you say lack of experience maybe defensively, there may be a few concerns there. Midfield, is there a lack of cover? The forward line is the strongest part of England's team, I think, and because of that different profile of player. So you can start with players, but you can bring others on. If you're a defender, that's a nightmare, isn't it? You've just got to grips with one type of player, and then a different one comes on and completely changes it. So I think that's England's strongest part, the forward line.
So we're going to win every game 4-3?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Let's have a little look then. So France first off, that's your starting 11, and you'd be pretty consistent with that going through to the Netherlands and then Wales in that final group game. Wales, by the way, named their team on the 19th of June. We'll bring you that on Sky Sports News. So you'd go fairly consistent with that through those group stages?
I think Sarina will. I think we know that she likes to do that. She likes to stick with that best starting 11 and then change things as the game progresses, unless there's injuries or suspensions or anything like that. But I think she quite likes to do that. So, yeah, that would probably happen. You just look at France as such a top quality side that they just never seem to achieve what we think they're going to achieve. Because you look at the team, you look at the quality and the calibre of players that they've got. They should be winning tournaments and finishing in finals and things like that, but they always seem to underachieve.
Yeah, but can I dangle something?
Go on.
And as a winner, serial winner, Sue, you won't want to hear this, but might it be to England's advantage to finish second in the group in terms of the route to the final?
It would. Because when you look at the route to the final, it means you would avoid Spain until the actual final, which is the team that you want to avoid, because we saw how good they were in the last game that England played against them.
This is if they run us up.
Yeah, so but I just think you can't guarantee that. Serena will not go out and say, OK, girls, we've got to finish second. You can't do that. You can't risk it. You've got to just try and win every game and finish top of the group. But ideally, yes, that would be the best route. In 2009, we finished third in our group and got to the final because it just meant you avoided the team. So this is obviously then if England finish top. So you don't want to face Spain in the semi-final. You want to leave them to the final and go beat them in the final.
But to be the best, Sue,
you've got to beat the best, haven't you? Very true. Very true.
And a Germany rematch in that final.
Yeah, and I think they're still settling in, aren't they, under their new manager? But again, have a lot of quality within that side. So no matter who you play, you know it's going to be difficult and it's going to be different challenges. But I think this England side are ready.